Hi there, I'm meteorologist Mariel Ruiz with a weather update here at 2 o'clock for WFAA. We do have an enhanced risk for severe weather in North Texas. That is a level 3 out of 5 for the likelihood of strong to severe storms. And today will be a busy day for North Texas. Newly from this morning, a moderate risk now exists for areas south and east of the Metroplex. This is where you see that red shade there. That's a level 4 out of 5, a rare situation with our weather setting up here this afternoon. I'm going to focus here for North Texas. Just about everyone in North Texas under the risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. The main concern being very large hail, as well as damaging wind gusts in excess of 60+ mile-per-hour wind gusts not ruled out. Also the possibility of tornadoes also in the forecast. Here's our severe weather outlook for the rest of the state. I showed you this moderate risk. That's the red that you see there. This does extend south of Waco along I-35 into Austin. So central Texas included in this moderate risk for severe weather. Again, a 4 out of 5 for a portion of Texas. And this threat is going to really start to ramp up after 3 this afternoon. So within the next hour or so. Again, our largest concern is going to be the potential for large hail as well as strong winds. And this is going to be the most widespread impact for us. Also, the threat for tornadic activity in the area as well as a flood risk. Those are elevated. This tornado risk, I do want to emphasize that areas south of Interstate 20 and east of I-35 run the risk of seeing strong tornadoes, EF2 or larger, possibly for this afternoon. I'm going to show you the setup now. I know outside it's looking cloudy. We are seeing some rain. And as of the latest discussion, it looks like there will be a severe thunderstorm watch issued very, very soon. Here's the setup, though. We have quite a bit of moisture coming in from the south. That's what's helping bring in all of that moist air, all the cloud cover, the scattered showers. But we're also watching a dry line that's now right to the, well, it looks like to the west of Abilene. That's where we see these thunderstorms taking shape. Those storms are what will move into this unstable air mass and cause the severe weather for today. We also have a cold front that will swing through late today. That is going to help bring in the dry air and push the storms out of the region. But for now, we are seeing some activity, non-severe, across North Texas. I see some thunderstorms really taking shape anywhere from McKinney to Corsicana. A very long line of storms there. And from Wichita Falls to Archer City, there were some strong storms there a couple hours ago. That's north of the Red River now. And I'll be watching these thunderstorms from Abilene to Haskell as we approach the evening hours. So again, a lot of rain here, but non-severe at the moment. Dallas County towards Collin County, seeing a line of thunderstorms. No hail within this one, but we could see a few of these early afternoon thunderstorms ramp up. But the main event, again, waiting until mid to late afternoon. And we can see that lightning in northern Collin County. That's something we'll be watching. The more lightning we see within a storm, that means it is intensifying. So you see moderate to heavy rainfall again. Melissa, Blue Ridge, Princeton to Wiley and into Garland. There is where we're currently seeing the heaviest rain, at least in the Metroplex. But like I said, I'll be watching just to the west where a line of showers and thunderstorms are taking shape just to the west of Abilene. Those are the storms that we'll be watching for the potential of strong to severe widespread strong to severe thunderstorms. I'm going to show you the timecast here. This is Monday, 4 in the afternoon. We'll be watching this line of thunderstorms. Again, this is what's developing just to the west of Abilene, eventually making its way into our western counties, Mineral Wells to Bowie, Wichita Falls and south. And we'll also be watching the threat for some thunderstorms to develop ahead of this line. Ahead of the line is where we can see some supercell activity. That means thunderstorms that start to rotate. That's where we can see the large hail. That's where we can see the strongest of winds. And that's where we can see tornado activity as well. So this long line will continue to progress from west to east throughout the remainder of the afternoon. This is Monday now at 5. I'm taking you hour by hour here, and we can see that line now taking shape closer towards Gainesville, Denton County, down to Tarrant County, even Cleburne. And what we'll see is this line continue to make its way to I-35 after 4, 5 in the afternoon. So I'm expecting it to be right along, right down the middle of the Metroplex between 5 and 6 this afternoon. So we'll notice this line. We'll notice some activity ahead of the line. And of course, we'll be monitoring both areas for the potential of not just straight line winds, but also the potential for tornadoes. This will continue to move towards the east. The more east it moves, it starts to become somewhat more developed. And again, Areas to the south of Interstate 20 and to the east of Interstate 35, where that moderate risk for severe weather is. That's the 4 out of 5 level. That's where we could see some of this tornadic activity start to ramp up. So this is now Monday. This is now 7. Well, this line continues to progress towards the east. We'll notice this rain, moderate, heavy rainfall. This is where it's going to pick up on a lot of that moisture, and this is where we could also see that potential for some minor flood risk on top of the rest of our severe weather outlook, the rest of our risk for this evening. This is now Monday, 8. We can see that starting to make its way into Sulphur Springs, Mineola, Athens, and east of the area. We may see a few thunderstorms develop behind the main line, but I think our atmosphere will be a little bit too overworked. I think all of the energy will be zapped from it for it to be any severe. So I'm thinking that we will see our severe weather threat between 3 and 10 for North Texas. After that, the threat is going to shift into East Texas and then eventually into the rest of the Gulf states. If you have family members in Houston, if you have family members in the Brazos Valley, say College Station to Austin, they are under the highest risk for severe weather today. Our rainfall potential for us, 1.5 to 2 inches of rain looking possible for us. Again, this is just within the next, say, 8 hours or so, and that's a lot of rain in a short amount of time. That's why we could run the risk of some minor flood concerns, especially along our eastern counties. Again, the threat highest south of us, but we still run a very high risk for strong to severe storms in the North Texas region. Have our WFAA app. I need you to power all of your electronic devices. That way you can stay alerted. And of course, Pete Delkus will be in 4, 5, and 6 and 10 with the latest. We'll turn you back to regular programming.